Good afternoon, happy Wednesday. It is day 13 of our study, and while I'm waiting for people, I'm going to try to figure some of these things out because I'm never quite sure. Oh, look, I can do filters while live. I've heard that I can do that. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, hey, Abby. Hey, Mom. I'm just playing with filters right now because I just found out I can do this. Tap face. What happens to my face? I don't see what's happening to my face. What's this? Ew! No. Oh my gosh, these are horrible. Ooh, that one makes me feel like a model. Hi, Sammy Joe. Oh, that one's kind of cute. I don't know what this one does. Okay, that's weird. Why do you want to be that close to me? No one wants to be that close to me. These are cute. Oh, that's cute. I might do that towards the end of the video when we do announcements. Ooh, these are so fun. Emily and Lauren, hi. Don't mind this flurry of leaves going around. Man, I just want to find a really simple filter I can use. Not that one. That one's terrifying. What's this? This is kind of cute. That's distracting. We'll just do normal. I'll have to play with these later. Ooh, what's this one? Oh, I can go live with people. Ooh, we're gonna have to play with that at some point because that sounds really fun. I really enjoy that you guys are just hanging out with me while we're gonna get serious now. Welcome to day 13 of our devotional study. There's only 2 more days left in this specific study. So if you guys want to start a new study, let me know. And if you want to suggest a study, and you can do that too. Oh, good, I made you guys laugh. Yay! So you guys can suggest a study too. I've been finding it a lot easier to do the Bible app, the YouVersion Bible app. So if you wanted to find a study through there that you like, if I hear nothing, I'm going to assume that you guys don't want to. Oh, look, the noises say, yes, we need to do another. Okay, so if you want to help me pick one out, if I just hear nothing from you guys by the end of next week, I'll just pick one, and it might be something really weird that you're like, I don't really want to learn this. So, yeah. So we have a few more days. So start looking and praying about what you want to learn next in this season. So today we're going to be in Proverbs 4:25. It's right today. It's correct. So don't you worry. Oh, it's not on though. We have to have our festive rainbow happening. Seriously, my mom got me this board, and it is the best thing that I think is probably on this wall. Actually, I really like this too. This is one of my handmade vendors. I'm a part of a trade group. She gifted this to me. So it's really cool. Custom growth charts and more, I believe, is her username. Plug for that. Small business plug. So, Proverbs 4:25 is where we're going to be at. So I have a couple of weird notes in here. So this is my notebook. I take all my notes for this study in here. So our verse says, let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze before you. So my first note is Thanos. So when I first was reading this verse, it made me think of a lot of characters in movies when they're dealing with an innocent child in a horrible situation. They'll often tell them oh, keep your eyes fixed on me, don't look away. So I was thinking of Thanos when he was, what's the green girl's name? Oh my gosh, someone's gonna comment it. I trust that you guys will get me. So when she's a small child and she is, her people are being massacred. So Thanos is doing the sword thing. Gosh, I'm really nailing this movie right now. So he's showing her this dagger and telling her to keep her eyes. Gamora, thank you. I knew one of you guys would get it. So Gamora is staring at this little dagger, which is huge to her because she's a tiny child and Thanos is enormous. So he's telling her like to keep her eyes focused on it and not to look anywhere else, because he's trying to protect her from the tragedy that is the massacre of her people. Of half her people are just dying right behind her, and he's telling her to fix her gaze on that. So that was my first weird example. Second weird, or actually, there's a list. My next list is sports. So archery, you're supposed to keep your eyes on your target, because if I'm trying to shoot, say the camera, and then I'm looking off here as I'm trying to launch the arrow, there we go. I'm so short of words today. If I'm trying to shoot the arrow and I'm looking off here, it's probably gonna go off towards where I'm looking. And Emily, I'm sure that when you have been running in track, you've probably noticed that if you're running next to a friend and you start to talk to them, you probably start to run towards them, because I know I did that when I was running the mile. I could not look at my friends that I was running next to, otherwise I would collide into them. Because our eyes naturally want to take us, or our bodies want to take us where our eyes are looking at. So some of you know this. I got my motorcycle license when I was 21. So one of the things in the motorcycle training course is that you too also have to keep your eyes on where you want to go. So there's this thing called target fixation, which is where you focus on the cone. So backtracking, there's a driving course, and you guys, if you ever want to do motorcycle license, you will know that there is a cone course. So let me draw this for you, because I'm a visual person. So here's our lovely cone course. So if I'm starting here, you're supposed to weave through the cones without hitting them. So target fixation is when you keep staring at one cone. So if I'm right here and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna hit that cone, I'm gonna hit it. You'll hit the cone because that's where your focus is on, and because the motorcycle kind of becomes an extension of your body, the motorcycle will kind of veer towards that. Similar when you're running, it'll hit that item that you're fixating on, because your body, and therefore the motorcycle, thinks that that's where you're wanting to go. So you're constantly being told that when you're riding a motorcycle to look ahead of you to where you want to be, so that way you can make your way there. And I think that that's a really great example of how we can translate that to life. Like, we as Christians know that looking ahead is also fixing our eyes on God and His plan for us. It's not just going at it alone and fixating on like our own plan, but it's fixating on God's plan, because when we keep our eyes on Him, it's easier to stay focused on Him. Because I know I like to multitask, so I like to watch movies while I'm also crafting, or lately while I'm playing Minecraft. And I have noticed, so we watched like the entire season of Tiger King, and I noticed that I didn't remember half of the things that people were talking about because my eyes were not fixated on Tiger King while I was watching it. It was fixated on my game as I was playing it and building it. So if your eyes are not fixated on where you want to go or what you want to be like, then you will probably miss it. And I think obviously that's not what God wants for us. God has a perfect plan for each and every one of us. It's probably going to be a rocky path to get there, just because of the world that we live in. But with God leading us, if we keep our eyes fixed on Him, we're going to notice that our path is going to be a lot less rocky, because He's going to be leading us to the path that's the safest for us. But if we have those moments where we're not fixated on him and we don't keep our gaze directly on him, then we'll find ourselves kind of on a sideway path. Maybe we only lose our focus for a second, but like I was saying with running, if you lose your focus for just a second, you might accidentally drift into the lane to your right or to your left, and then that's still close to where you want to be, but it's not exactly where you want to be. So that's why it's so important, and that's why scripture tells us, let's read that verse again, let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze directly before you. Because this verse is warning us that if we don't keep our eyes fixed ahead, we're going to drift. And it might not be that much, but it'll be enough to push us slightly off the path that God has for us. And it's not going to be the easiest path or the best path that God originally had planned for us. So I want to challenge you guys, as we're in this weird season, what is distracting you? I know that we have a lot less distractions, but there's still a lot of distractions. So what is something that is distracting you from keeping your gaze fixed fully on God? Hi, Sophia the chicken. I'm glad you're here. So what is distracting you? Is there anything that's distracting you? Have you noticed that you have a lot less distractions these days? Maybe it's the lack of distractions that is a distraction and it's making you more inside your head now. But what's distracting? What is keeping you from your gaze? Also, another question to focus more on the positive, as we talked about yesterday, focusing on joy. What are some good moments that you've noticed that when you do keep your gaze on the Lord, how has He been blessing you through that? Because I know that, like I've talked about with you guys, the moments where I've said yes to God's plan, I've noticed infinite blessings, and it's definitely one of those things that it just comes out of nowhere, but I know it's because I've said yes to God's plan. Let's see. Yeah. I think we're definitely still going to be doing summer stuff, Sammy, so you don't have to worry about that. Even if it's not exactly the same, because we obviously don't know what the summertime looks like, but I am praying really hard and I have complete faith that we're going to be able to have some sort of outside the house summer experience. Because if we look at China, we're probably going to be able to get out before that. So we should be okay. But just keep praying for that, guys. Noah's here. Hello. Welcome. Should I go back to filters now? Entertain you guys, since you guys missed out on the fun. Actually, I do have one filter that I really wanted to use. Where is it? I can't find it. It's not this one. There it is. Okay, announcement for you guys. Tonight for youth group is animal night. So I've got my wolf pack shirt because I'm not wearing my youth group outfit yet, but represent for animal night. And I found this really cute filter, which I think it's a cat. I don't know. Either way, it looks funny. Does anything happen when... Oh, my ears move. That's cute. I like the dog one where you stick your tongue out, but I can't find that one. Maybe that's just Snapchat. So, come dressed as an animal or decorate your background with animals. I know that some of you guys can do the virtual background. I can't because I turn into the virtual background and it's disgusting. So some of you guys can do that. So if you want to do that, you can. I might use distracting for you, Mom. This is so fun. I think I'm gonna have to do filters more often. This is really fun. But yeah, I'm super excited to see you guys for youth group tonight, 6:30 to 8:30 on Zoom. Same ID as normal, which is the church's phone number. So make sure that you use a username that we're familiar with. Otherwise, you will not be let into the meeting. So text me if you're not being let into the meeting, and if you're like, oh, I'm T-Mobile 1, I'm like, oh, well, that's why. No one knows who you are. You're a weird name. because that's happened. So make sure that you have a username that we recognize. But yeah, thanks for joining me today. Make sure that you comment on the Bible app one if you're using that, so that way you can check it off as a day done. And we've got 2 more days of this study, guys. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys tonight. And then everyone else, I will see you back here tomorrow for day 14. See you guys later.